Cayenne, one of the 7 healers, a heat-loving plant. It loves native Mexico and Central America, loves the heat, and it puts out a lot of heat. You can use not just this, but you can also use leaves of the cayenne plant also, but the heat comes from these little puppies. This cayenne is so hot and so pungent that you often only use a little bit of it. It's measured in Scoville heat units, and the hotter it is doesn't mean it's more effective. Commonly, we mostly use like 90,000 heat unit. Let's see. This little cayenne here, it happens to be 160, and that would be really, really warm. I would probably put it in a capsule, or even you could even spice with it if you really love hot stuff. This is a cayenne just from regular grocery store, and it is probably about 40,000 heat unit. You can kind of see the difference in the colors here of it, that just because it's red, it doesn't make it hotter. Sometimes the really hot peppers are not red at all, the cayenne. So, well, let's see if I can do this. This one is 160, and this one is probably about 20 or 30,000 heat unit. It doesn't happen to say on it because it's a culinary spice. This spice is still effective, incredibly effective. It's just that when you get a little bit hotter, it tends to bring up the medicinal value, but sometimes too hot is too much, and then it discourages you from taking cayenne because you don't want to take such hot, it's uncomfortable to take. So what we use most is this little guy. This is 90,000, cayenne 90,000. And they're all, I'll stick my fingers in this because it's mine. You can see they're all similar in color. It's just the heat units that make it different. So these little suckers, they have a big punch. Cayenne is something that helps every other herb work better. This is what we consider a catalyst herb that could be used with anything else. This is the same as this cayenne here, and you can get it in a hole and you can crush it up. You can use the seeds, or if you want not so much heat, you can pick out the seeds and not have the seeds, but you can grow your own and you would just grind it all up. I really caution when you're using this to make sure and have milk close by, because if you get in your eyes or burns or anything, milk helps settle it down right away. And I almost always get it in my eyes, no matter what, or somebody does, and it like poofs in the air and goes. So just make sure you have milk. I haven't really seen anything else that works as well. Milk with fat in it actually seems to settle it down. The same thing for your stomach. If you take cayenne and there's some bacteria that it's helping to eradicate or helping to support the body in with as far as circulation, sometimes it's like, oh, you have this feeling of your stomach is just on fire. Drink some milk. I know, it's the only thing I've seen that really cuts that. But your body does get used to it. That's why I can say use a little bit of cayenne at first, and then you can work up to having the full benefits of cayenne. It's full of nutrients, vitamins, minerals. It's called capsicum, or we most commonly call it cayenne, but it helps to block the response associated with pain impulse in the body. And there's studies showing with different types of arthritis, and that it can help block some of that discomfort. Lots of great studies on cayenne, I think mostly topically, but people forget to take it internally too. It is a stimulant. It's immediate and it's lingering. Immediately you feel a response and notice a response, and it lingers. It also accelerates the healing effect in the body and the rejuvenation. It also is very warming to the body and very cooling. This is kind of like peppermint. Peppermint is cooling and warming, and so is cayenne. It has that contradiction in it, but it does what the body needs. So if I am cold, I'll take cayenne. I'll take a cayenne capsule, or if my feet are cold, we'll do cayenne because it has that warming, but it also can be cooling and refreshing when people are overheated also. It can cause some local reddening in the body, and it's so warming that it can help with frostbite and that burning and numbness that sometimes people get in the feet. The way that I recommend it is either to put it into a lotion or a cream, or get a natural lotion or cream and that already has it in it, or put it in like an oil. You can extract it in oil. One of the ways we use it for frostbite is putting on a pair of socks, and then we put some in another pair of socks and put it on, and helping the body deal with frostbite without having the redness next to your skin. Also, it can help support the liver, bringing nutrients to the liver, the spleen, the pancreas, incredible for the kidneys and the nervous system, and it's a great shock remedy. You take cayenne and put it under the tongue and helps people come out of shock. Great for that. It is definitely one known for helping facilitate weight loss. It is something that helps anything that you're doing already, help the body metabolize fat and helps the body decrease fat deposits. It also is known to raise metabolic rate, and there is a study showing that people who increase their temperature of their body by 1 degree over a period of a year, they actually lost an average of 30 pounds. Kind of cool, huh? It is a catalyst, like I had mentioned, for other formulas. Any formulas or anything you're using or doing helps it go through the body faster. And that is the circulation component to it. And it's key to healing. Circulation, if things are stagnant, just think about a raging river. You know, you would want to drink out of a fast-moving river, right? But would you dare drink out of like a slow-moving pond that really is growing all kinds of stuff? And that's kind of our body. Sometimes we have sluggish, slow-moving circulation. Stuff grows, things happen. So this is a key to healing by taking toxins away and delivering nutrients to the body. Heart herb extraordinaire, this cayenne is, because the extraordinary properties for the heart and taking the pressure and helping the heart feel stronger and more efficient and helping it to beat firmer and steadier, and all while bringing nutrients to that area. Also can help the blood vessels to open up and help with their elasticity. It can help with congestion in that area, and it's an herb that's used that can be used for alcohol addictions and helping to lessen that. It can help with blood circulation in the body and also help with symptoms associated with strokes, heart attacks. And I have to tell you, just because it's saved so many lives, and it seems a little crazy to say this, but I almost always carry a cayenne capsule with me. I always try to remember. It's an emergency thing. And a gal had told me personally about her experience with putting it under her tongue and bringing her out of a heart attack. And I've heard it over and over again. I've read it in all the books, and I believe it's to be true. At least it's worth a try. At least you can get possibly stabled until you can get some more help. But definitely a trick people need to know about. Helps to improve the healthy cholesterol while helping to balance the other in the body. Circulation, of course, buildups of cholesterol, stagnation in the body somehow, also can help the body by stopping bleeding. Now, I've seen it on cuts and wounds, just stopping the bleeding immediately. It hurts if it's, and it actually stings if it's on kind of an abrasion, but if it's bleeding, we have just seen it work so well as far as just stopping that immediately. It is a great herb for that. You see it, it like cauterizes the wound immediately. It helps with secretions in the body during digestion, and can help with appetite. The funny thing about it, it can help with increasing appetite. If you don't eat enough, also it lessens your appetite. If you have problems with gas, that's a great herb to take to help neutralize that. It can help you assimilate your nutrients better, and also it's an energy thing. You do feel a pickup and a lift. It's one that is used commonly for symptoms with ulcers, almost immediately, even painful ulcers. And then, as my friend said, rebuilding it with cabbage soup and cabbage, helping to rebuild the lining of the stomach and get your stomach back to normal, because that's what we want to do. We want to get our body back. The age of suppressing symptoms has not done well for us, because it's helped us suppress symptoms, but it hasn't helped us rebuild and rejuvenate. And that's where herbs and food like this come in. It can help with waste elimination. You will eliminate toxins more. Your colon will work more efficiently with cayenne, and also can help to normalize the body's blood sugar levels. Really key and important with this day of fluctuating blood sugars by our diet being so crazy, and even stress or even lack of eating. So one thing that cayenne might not be known for is immune system. Huge for antibacterial that kills it almost immediately. Some people have a bacterial diarrhea where they just can't stop, and sometimes this will help with those symptoms. Working with people who have symptoms associated with cancer, sometimes they feel a lot of result with adding cayenne into their diet. Also, it's great for symptoms associated with colds and flus and sore throat. You can put it in vinegar, a pinch of it in vinegar, and spray it in, or in lemons. You can make a little lemon spray and spray your throat with raw honey, lemon, and cayenne, or apple cider vinegar, raw honey, and cayenne. Really terrific for sore throats. One of the best things I've ever seen. Also, asthma. It's great for spraying in your mouth for asthma. Also, making a cream or an oil, extracted it and put it on the lungs, help open up the lungs. Mixed cayenne with lobelia would be really great to extract and use on the lungs for that, to help with it breathing and loosening things up, but also internally really, really wonderful. And this is just a little snapshot on how effective this incredible herb is, and how we all need to have it in our life as something that's just not a spice. It's in our toolkit. We go for it, we know we have it, we know the effects of it. So really explore it and learn it so that you can see how it works in your life. You can use it in a powder. Some people like it in a teaspoon. They'll mix it in water and drink it. I don't like that. I think it tastes awful. But some people do. It's been talked about in old books. Lots of old books about giving them that for shock and headache and heart attack and even hypothermia symptoms. Very, very effective. My mom was having some circulation symptoms with her feet, and that's the first thing I did, was get some cream, mix it in when I got to her house, and just rubbed her feet with it, because I wanted to bring circulation to the area, because whatever's wrong with that's going on there, more circulation for an older woman is going to be helpful for sure. And you can take it and put it right on it to numb a really bad toothache. One of my favorite formulas is a cough syrup. I just put together the apple cider vinegar and the honey and cayenne. And cayenne's like the key ingredient, because apple cider vinegar and honey work really great, and it's really delicious and it tastes good, and it's a great little, but when you add that kick of cayenne, forget it. The whole body wakes up and starts to pay attention and getting rid of mucus, and it settles down that cough response. You can make it into a tincture, a liquid extract, extract it in a liquid and use it for shock, hemorrhage, symptoms, heart attack symptoms. And I hope that you can explore it and find what works for you, but respect it, because you definitely feel cayenne. A little bit to begin with, then you increase it. Respect it. I have a friend who wanted to use it for weight loss, and so she took tons of capsules of it, and it just went straight through her. She lost weight really quickly, but so deterred her from taking cayenne for a long, long time. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to make your body be afraid of the herb because it has such a response. You want to start out with a small amount. Start out with a capsule. Start out with a little bit, a tenth of your formula, and start out with a few drops. And so you can feel it, you can understand, you know how it feels on yourself, and that way you can share this information with the rest of the world.